Hi all, this is the lesson video for Module 5 review. It's going to be pretty short because I'm just going to do one from each section to show you as an example. So on slide 1, it is telling us to show the fraction as a sum of unit fractions. Remember, whenever you see the word sum, that means that we're going to be doing addition. And this is review from way back at the beginning of the module. Remember, unit fraction is always going to have 1 as the numerator, and again, we're keeping the denominator the same. So the example that we have right here is 4/5. So as the sum of unit fractions, it would be 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5. So we just add 1/5 together 4 times in order to equal that numeral. So again, I'm on the teacher side, so I can't type in, so I'll just use my pen tool to show you guys. So for number 1, we have 3/4. We have to show 3/4 as a sum of unit fractions. So unit fractions, I know that I'm always going to be having 1 as the numerator, and I'm keeping my denominator the same. I'm not messing with my denominator. So I know that 1/4 is going to be using my my unit fraction. And the numerator 3 tells me how many times I'm going to add 1/4 together. So I have to add it together 3 times. So 1/4 plus 1/4, that's only 2/4. So I'm going to have to do plus 1/4 again. And then that shows 3/4 in total, but it shows it written as unit fractions. So you guys are going to have to do the same thing for number 2, but your number is 6/9. Next section, the directions tell us to add or subtract and write your answer as a mixed number. So we will probably end up with an improper fraction, and we will have to change it to a mixed number. So I'm going to show you guys number 3, and then you guys will do 4, 5, and 6 on your own. So number 3, I'm going to check the denominators first, and I see that they both have the same denominator. So that means that my denominator is not going to change. It's going to stay as 3. And I'm just going to add my 2 numerators together. So 2 plus 9, which equals 11. But I can't leave my answer as 11/3 because the directions tell us to write our answer as a mixed number. So that means that I'm going to have to change it. So first I have to see how many times 3 can go into 11. 3, 6, 9. I skip counted 3 times and I got to 9. So I need to figure out what is left over. So I can either count up until I get to 11 or do 11 minus 9. Either way, you should end up with 2. So we get our final answer of 3 2/3. So again, you guys are going to be doing numbers 4, 5, and 6 on your own. Just make sure that you pay attention because it is a combination of addition and subtraction. And again, make sure that you write your answer as a mixed number once you are all done. In the next section, same deal, I'm going to show you number 7, and you guys will do the rest on your own. So again, this is review from the beginning of the module. We have to start off by finding a common denominator and then adding or subtracting. And once again, we have to write our answer as a mixed number. So let's look at number 7. That's the one that we're going to do together. So I'd see 3/5 plus 5/10. Well, right away, I see that my denominators are different numbers, and that does not work. I cannot add those 2 fractions together. They have to have the same denominator. So I'm going to go ahead and do the butterfly method in order to figure that out. So again, I'm going to draw one wing going across, another wing going the other way. I'm going to have the butterfly butt for the common denominator, and then the antenna. So under this first antenna on the left-hand side, I have to do 3 times 10, which I know equals 30. And then for this antenna on the right-hand side, I have to do 5 times 5, which I know equals 25. And for the butterfly butt, I have to do 5 times 10, which I know equals 50. So that gives me 2 new fractions of 30/50 and 25/50. I'm not going to rewrite them just because I don't have space. But now that we did the butterfly method, we have 30/50 and 25/50. So now they both have the same denominator, so I can go ahead and just add my numerators together. So 30 plus 25, which I know is equal to 55, and my denominator is 50ths. However, I cannot leave my answer like that because the directions tell me to write it as a mixed number. So I'm going to go ahead and write it as a mixed number. This time around, I'll do the number bond method because, as you guys know, I've been enjoying number bonds recently. So I'm going to start off by taking out one whole. So I'm going to write my 1 right over to the side, and I'm going to take out one whole and write it as a fraction in 50ths because my denominator is not changing. So I know that if my denominator is 50, then my numerator must be 50 as well. So I started out with 55 50ths, and I took out that one whole, which is 50 50ths, and that means that I am left with 5 50ths. And so now, in order to write my final answer as a mixed number, I'm going to go ahead and write my whole number and that fraction that is left over. So my final answer is 1 whole and 5 50ths. So again, you guys are going to be doing 8, 9, and 10 on your own at your own pace. Make sure that for 8, 9, and 10, you are starting out by finding a common denominator. With this assignment, guys, you do not have to show me your work on the page. If you do, that's awesome. If you do it on a separate sheet of paper, that's awesome. But go ahead and just type in your final answers in those green answer boxes. I will see you guys later. Bye.